Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm using gorgeous silver trevally. Look at that skin. Fresh from the boys at Get Fish this morning. I've often used smaller silver trevally fillets, one per person. This is a nice big one, so we'll do one between two. You could use any plate-sized fish or smaller fillets. It's, as I said, very versatile. I'm going to show you a way of cooking it that the chefs love, where we start it off in the frying pan and finish it in the oven. But first of all, very importantly, I want it to come to room temperature. Now, because it is a nice big fillet and I want it to fit in my pan, I'm just going to trim off these very thin little bits. And that's also going to help ensure that it cooks evenly. So we'll just cut off that belly flap. On the smaller fillets, I don't do this because basically once you trim it, there's nothing left. But that's nice and thick, so I can get away with it. Skin side, I'm just going to wipe it over to check for any remaining scales. Those Get Fish boys do a beautiful job, but you never know, there might be one or two left behind. There we go. And you don't have to pin bone it, but I'd rather deal with the bones now than when they're on my plate. So run your finger down the center. Fish tweezers, or at a pinch, when I haven't had fish tweezers, I have sterilised my eyebrow tweezers and used them. And then we're just going to grab those bones and pull them out. There we go. Now, sometimes it's actually a good idea to have a bowl of water to dip them into, and you need to pull them in the same way that they run, otherwise you tear the flesh. So they're coming out quite easily by pulling them away. There we go. All right, I think there's just one more there. There he is. Did I get him? Yes. Okay, no more. Now, I'm going to salt him. Good sprinkle. One hand for sprinkling, one hand for rubbing, I think is good. And on that beautiful silver skin side as well. Now I'll pop a cover on him and set him aside for about half an hour or so to come up to room temperature. So I have a nice big oven-proof frying pan over a medium-high heat, nice and hot, in with a good amount of oil, just for pan frying, but be generous. We don't want that skin to stick. Okay, that's nice and hot. I'm going to turn it down to medium now. Pop the fish in skin side down, and see how it's starting to curl up? We're just going to press it down for 10 seconds or so with a fish slice. Get that skin in contact with the pan. It'll relax in a minute. Now that's been about 4 minutes, and you can see the thinner sections have already started to cook around the edges, which is what we want, because we want most of the cooking time on the skin. That protects the flesh. Let's flip that over now. Beautiful. And I've got my oven on at 200. I'm just going to pop it into the oven now to finish cooking for the last few minutes. Now, one of the secrets to cooking fish is to have the courage to take it out of the pan or off the heat source just before you think it's ready, because it keeps cooking in the residual heat. So that's only been in the oven for 4 minutes. If it was the smaller fillets that I sometimes do, it would have only been 2 minutes. And now, out of the pan, onto a waiting warmed platter. One other really important tip: if you're cooking in the oven in a frying pan, as soon as it comes out of the oven, always put a cloth on the handle, because 2 seconds later, it's a frying pan. You're going to forget it's been in the oven and you're going to grab the handle, because that's what handles are for. So always a cloth over the handle as a reminder.